8.
The Radio Wemo Breakfast.
And time now for the film review. Let's take a look at this.
Kenneth Waters, you're under arrest for the murder of Katarina Brown.
Are you out of your mind?
We find the defendant guilty, Your Honor.
We'll get you out, Kenny! You hear me?
When her brother was convicted of murder,
I can't spend the rest of my life in here.
Betty Ann Waters began an impossible 18-year struggle to set him free.
It must be a big movie because it's got the big voice on it.
That's right. Big stars in it.
Lena Lamont, good morning to you.
Good morning.
From the Sunday Star Times as well.
That's right.
Conviction, name of this one.
Yes, true story, which is probably what excuses it, because it is an 18-year struggle. Hilary Swank, Oscar-winning, wonderful, $1 Million Baby. Originally, she was in a Beverly Hills 90210 back in the days, but she's pulled up her socks. And she was Steve Sanders' girlfriend.
She was also Karate Kid 3.
Oh, yeah, she was, if you're really into all the sequels of the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah.
But then Boys Don't Cry was the first indie film that she did, and she was phenomenal. And then, of course, she won her Oscar for $1 Million Baby. She is a superb actress, and she's very, very good in this. And she plays Betty Ann Waters, whose brother... is put away, possibly for life, but certainly for a hell of a long time, for a murder that he allegedly didn't commit. And she didn't even graduate high school, but she takes it upon herself, because her belief in her brother is so strong, she takes it upon herself to finish high school, go to college, do a degree, then go to law school, then sit the bar exam, and then work as a lawyer to try and get him off. Which is a fantastic concept for a story, and the fact that it's true as well, amazing, right? Then you've got Sam Rockwell, he's the brother. From you will have seen Moon, probably. Did you see Moon?
Brilliant
right?
film.
Everybody loved Moon, loved him. He's great. He wasn't so good in, what was he in recently, when he was a baddie and he was very orange of colour, and it was anyway, silly film. Anyway, right, so it should be fantastic. And somehow it just doesn't quite work, and I think it's the 18 years problem, to be honest with you. It's a little bit long and draggy.
Right. Okay. So they managed to try and condense that down, though.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, okay, give them credit. It's probably 18 years worth of drama squished into 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, they throw Minnie Driver in there as the supportive best friend, and she's very funny, and she's the light relief of the movie. And there are some other very, very strong cameos. Melissa Leo, who I've raved about before, she was in The Fighter. She was the mother in The Fighter, right?
Yeah.
And she plays a similar kind of hard-edged police officer in this film. And Juliette Lewis turns up in a cameo in this film and probably steals the film.
So really is all-star, isn't it?
Well, it is totally all-star. Do you know what? The only non-star in the whole business, as far as I'm concerned, is it was directed by the guy who's an actor who played the bad guy in Ghost all those years ago. I think his name's Tony Goodwin.
So is that the problem with the film?
I think that's the problem with the film, and I haven't really wanted to say to anybody else, but...
You've done it now.
Yeah, I kind of think... Tony's an actor, basically. He's done a bit of TV, directing of TV movies or something, I think. And then they gave him, an Oscar winner, an Oscar nominee, a couple of Oscar nominees. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what are you doing? But maybe they thought, oh, look, the story's already been written. He can't really fail.
Worth seeing, though?
It is worth seeing if you see heaps of films, definitely. Yeah. But if you're the kind of person who's got a young family and you're going on a date night and you're just not sure what to use your precious date night on, I don't think Conviction is the film for you.
All right, well, let's see if In a Better World is. Moody.
Yeah, it is. It's Danish, so it's just as well you didn't maybe go on with too much of the trailer, because it wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense to most of the listeners. In a Better World has been nominated as one of the best foreign film Oscars this year. And I would be perfectly happy for it to win, because it was a tremendous film. Very, very good indeed. Obviously, you've got to be down with foreign films and subtitles, but I think that most audiences are nowadays.
Yeah.
Even if they've been brought to those sorts of things by the Dragon Tattoo films, which are Swedish. the wonderful thing about In a Better World is it's directed by Suzanne Bier, who made Brothers and After the Wedding, and has a strong back catalogue of Danish films. She casts very, very watchable, engaging actors who are also very, very normal, because they're not all Hollywood stars. She has used Mads Mikkelsen. He was the baddie with the blood-weeping eye in Casino Royale.
Oh, yeah.
And he's obviously crossed over into Hollywood now, and I think the world of him. So yes, sure, she cast him in After the Wedding. But otherwise, we're essentially watching actors who we're not familiar with, and they really take on a reality. And the basic story is very moody and quite humble and quite sort of subtle almost. You basically got two families who are brought together because the two young lads of the families become best friends, ostensibly through bullying. One of them is bullied and the other will not take that bullying, and so sort of encourages the kid to fight back. So they forge this wonderful friendship. Wonderful, except that it involves taking a knife to school and getting into trouble. But I mean, heck, if you've got to defend yourself, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
And then there are all these complexities with a father who works over in Africa most of the time, saving the lives of poor, disadvantaged Africans in villages. And he's very much a turn the other cheek, don't rise to bullying kind of dad, and he comes home periodically and his son is being it's all this drama unfolds.
Do you discover the line between justice and revenge?
Is that a quote from something?
That's something I saw in the trailer just then.
Oh, yes, you do discover the line between justice and revenge.
Okay.
Do you know what's really good about this film is it puts you in a position where you can go, yeah, what would I do in that situation?
Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much away, because there are some wonderful bits, not just in when he's in Denmark back with his family, but in Africa as well. He comes up against some bullying of the very, very worst kind, and you just have to think African warlords and extreme abuse of humanity, right?
Whereabouts in Africa? Is it Rwanda or something?
I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. But it's clearly a war-torn country.
Yeah.
Where
it could be the Sudan or something like
right,
that. Yeah.
it could very easily be. And so he has this doctor's dilemma of, do I treat people medically, because that's what I do, and I took the oath to do that, or do I make a moral decision of my own that says, I'm not helping you because you're a bad person? And the same goes back in Denmark, where he and his son come up against bullying of a different kind. Very, very good film. Fantastic performances, really engaging and very gripping, because it isn't as straightforward as us sitting back and going, oh, yeah, that'd be kind of hard. What would I do? You're really in there.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's great.
All right. That film is called In a Better World, and the first one we looked at was Conviction as well. Check out reviews in the Sunday Star Times, also Lena Lamont, .wordpress.com. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Der er ingen, der tør gøre mig noget.
Kiwi FM and Cooper's Fine Ale present New Zealand's greatest backyard gig. There's nothing